Hey everyone, how are you? This video will share an example highlighting how decision making plays an important role in our everyday lives. Plus, I will share a simple technique that you can practice right away whenever you are in a narrow decision dilemma. Let's start with a quote. Focus is excellent for analyzing, but it's not suitable for creating options. You are deciding all the time, whether consciously or unconsciously. Decision making is complex, and you should hone this life skill to be more successful. For some strange reason, no one teaches us, and most of the learning is experiential, and we rarely audit the quality of our decisions. If the outcome is excellent, we pat ourselves on the back, and if the results are not favorable, we blame the circumstances. We rarely analyze our decision-making process. Suppose your friend comes up to you for advice whether or not to break up with a boyfriend. What would you say? Breakup dilemma is a classic teenage decision situation. Most of us think of a decision as a situation between yes or no, or whether or not they are not, etc. You get the point. And it turns out, when it comes to making decisions, we are no better than teenagers. I am sure the topic of breakup is debatable. Some of you may accept the outcome in the form of yes or no, which is fine, and some of you want to explore more options, which is fine too. I want to highlight that we don't need to be blind to our choices. If you think in closed-ended decision-making style, you pretty much have no choice. Whether or not type of decisions give you no real choice. Unless a decision is forced upon you with only one choice, you should always look for options. Don't be blind to your choices. Don't let other options go unexplored. If you indulge in this thinking repeatedly, you are suffering from narrow framing. Don't forget to watch my video on frames. Whether or not type of decisions fails most of the time. When you think of only one option, you only work hard to make that option successful without looking at anything else. You trot like a horse with blinkers. Instead, think about questions like, is there another way to do it? Is there a better way to do it? What else can I do? What if this option is not available? What if? Add your own question, be creative. If you spend some calories to broaden your search, you will be surprised how many options will just emerge in front of you. Your goal should be to escape from whether or not decisions that immobilize you in narrow frame. It should ring an alarm bell. Allow me to share a personal example. By adding a question, I changed the perspective of my son's buying decision. My son, a teenager, is fond of video games. When they went on sale, he had saved some money to buy a couple of discs together as a bundle. He recently saw a bundle usually available at $300, but this time it was selling at 50% discount for $150. He had been waiting to buy these games for a while. He asked me, "Dad, should I buy this bundle or not?" An alarm bell went in my head. The question confronted me with a whether or not decision. I chose to answer him with another question. My answer in the form of another question was, what else can you buy with those $150? What would you advise your teenager in this situation? I'm sure it makes sense to buy it at a 50% discount. I'm not trying to moralize a buying decision, nor am I attempting to pass a judgment on when it is best to buy. All I'm trying to do is broaden the buyer's perspective, and in this case, my son. The simple question moved his focus to other things on his wish list. He chose to buy just one game and kept the rest of the money to buy the latest Apple Watch. In economics, it is called the opportunity cost, a term that refers to what we give up when we decide. Whenever you decide, you will always have to give up something. What you give up is your opportunity cost. This simple question also proves that it can influence your decision even if you provide a weak enough alternative. In my son's case, he realized that the opportunity cost of giving up an Apple Watch was higher than the benefits he would get by buying all the games together. Another alternative helped him to revise his decision. You are the best judge of what is good for you. I'm trying to help you with how to avoid errors in judgment. Please note this again. Focus is excellent for analyzing, but it's not suitable for creating options. We all lack attention towards the opportunity cost. How about this? Start your decision making with questions like, what am I giving up by making this choice? In other words, what is my opportunity cost? What else could I do with the same time, money, or effort? What am I gaining by making this choice? Think about more questions on the same line to reveal your opportunity cost. When you find yourself in a narrow frame, try to widen your view and consider the opportunity cost. This simple trick will make a huge difference. In summary, alarm bells should ring when you hear yes or no or whether or not type of decision dilemmas. You need to create more alternatives or options. Change your focus from spotlight to searchlight. One great way to broaden your choices is by considering the opportunity cost. Learning, when put into practice, becomes a skill. Research shows that you have to repeat and recall what you have learned to internalize learning. So watch this video again after a couple of weeks. I would be interested to see your comments on using this concept in your daily life. If you find value in this video, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.